Hello and welcome. It's 4 o'clock. It is the 8th day of October, 2021. I am your number one guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and sports, and I need some caffeine. I have a horrible headache, probably because the weather changing. Did you see? Did you see I got called out? Did you see? I'm so happy. I upset somebody so much they made a video about what I said, and everything they said in that video is completely and utterly incorrect, and I couldn't be happier except for one thing. And I know the individual who made the video wants me to say something about it, wants me to go to bat, wants me to throw down with him, and I'm sure my rap style, West Coast style, will probably beat his East Coast style, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to give him the pleasure of knowing he got me, because he didn't get me, dude. Anyways, we're going to talk about Wizards of the Coast news. Yes, our favorite topic, Wizards of the Coast news. They should pay me for all the free stuff I do for them. All right, so today, Wizards of the Coast released some stuff on Unearthed Arcana. If you're not familiar with what Unearthed Arcana is, other than the name of a really old D&D product, it's their playtest stuff site thing. They put stuff up. They want people to play test it. It's not official. And then they want people to comment on it. 9 out of 10 times, if you see it on Unearthed Arcana, we're going to see it in a product within a year-ish. Maybe. No, yeah, I think it's about a year turnover. Now, I should remind you that Unearthed Arcana product is not official and has not been play tested. So we don't know the power level. We don't know if it actually is going to work in a 5e setting or not. That's why they put it out there for people to play test it, comment on it, go, hey, this at-will power is really broken, or you know what, for this build, this doesn't really work, or whatever. So yeah, you're not supposed to use it in-game. You're supposed to read over it, maybe, run solo playtest scenarios with it. But it's not official. We also know that Unearthed Arcana is no longer to be carried on any of the online things like D&D Beyond, again, because it's not official. It's playtest. So the 4 pages that went up today are called Travelers of the Multiverse. Bam! There you go. There it is. I'm going to point the link down below. And it looks like from this that either Planescape or Spelljammer is back on the menu, or perhaps a combination of both. So in this we have Travelers of the Multiverse by Christopher Perkins and Jeremy Crawford. It can't get much more official than that. We have playtest information on the Astral Elf, the Gnome, who are mechanical beings built by rock gnomes, the GIF, very familiar individuals from Spelljammer, the Plasmoids, who are amorphous beings with no typical shape. Basically, if you want to have a player character gelatinous cube, Plasmoid's probably the closest you're going to get. The Thrykan of Dark Sun fame, and that appears to be it. What does it say? It says that we are making... This is playtest material. You're supposed to go feedback on Facebook and their forums. Power levels are optional. You have the Astral Elf, who are a group of elves that ventured into the Feywild to the astral plane to be closer to their gods. So that sounds like Planescape. Then we have the Gnomes, from mechanical beings built by rock gnomes and their image, usually with a particular purpose in mind. For example, a gnome might build an gnome to be a steadfast colleague or a loyal companion, or basically, do work for me so I don't have to. I don't remember which one Gnomes appeared in. I'm going to say they're probably from Spelljammer. The GIF, who are... broad shoulder folk with the hippo-like features. They're the hippos. My favorite race from Spelljammer. So they're also from Spelljammer. We have the Hadozi, who were basically monkey people, and they're, I think, also from Spelljammer. Yeah. Then we have the Plasmoids. What does it say about them? Plasmoids definitely sound like Planescape. Living ooze sounds more I don't remember. Plasmoid could have been Spelljammer or could have been Planescape. It feels like it's Planescape. Then we have the Thrykan. The Thrykan are definitely from Dark Sun, though they have appeared since Dark Sun in other settings, but they're mostly Dark Sun, which makes me think again, Planescape. Now, it doesn't specifically say anything about outer space or outer planes in either of these builds, except for the mention of the Astral Elves living on the astral plane or multiverse. I'm not... If they're referring to it now as a multiverse as opposed to multiple planes of reality, or ultimate dimensions, or whatever they referred to it as before, this is a multiverse. So I guess instead of plane traveling, you're multiverse traveling. But then what is Ravenloft? Because it's a demi-plane, but is it a pocket dimension? Is it just a multiverse that exists of one world, which I guess is possible? It's so hard dealing with that term. Even though Marvel refers to several of it, the Marvel multiverse, most of that Marvel multiverse centers around Earth and really doesn't ever acknowledge the rest of the vast infinite universe. So in the vast infinite universe of D&D, we now have a multiverse. We're still not quite sure what that means yet for them, other than obviously we have, these other worlds that we've talked about, like the magic worlds, like Strixhaven, which up till now have been, I guess, demi-planes, but now, who knows? Pocket dimensions, just different layers of the multiverse. Perhaps there's a whole Ravenloft multiverse. Perhaps there's a whole Feywild multiverse. I don't know. Definitely the fact that they're calling it Travelers of the Multiverse could mean Planescape, or it could mean Spelljammer, or it could mean both. That they're putting both together and creating a new setting called, Travelers of the Multiverse, or Planejammer, or Spellscape. I don't know. I would do it as one. If it was me, I would do it as one core world, hook to whatever's coming out in 2024, and then just build it off. This is the multiverse, what we've been building up to, these Travelers of the Multiverse. It's not Planescape, it's not Spelljammer, it's a combination of both. You're traveling the planes in these Spelljammers and the multiverse, traveling the multiverse. I don't know. It's very confusing. It's very perplexing. I don't really know where they're going. It's very exciting, though, to see this, because I think this is what all of us have felt that it was building up to. The Planescape Spelljammer multiverse traveling book is obviously gonna possibly be 2022 or 2023. The turnaround between appearance on Unearthed Arcana and appearance in print is anywhere from a month to a year. So if it's, October 2021 now, worst case scenario, we see this completely play tested and in print October 2022. Maybe 2023? Again, I don't know. It's so hard to predict what Wizards of the Coast is going to do. But this definitely is a hint in the right direction. But again, it's Wizards of the Coast, so... I want it to be, but it doesn't mean it's going to be. Anyways, if you appreciate this content, let me know. If you don't appreciate this content, let me know. If you have something to say to me about my content, either DM me or post it on my locals or on my Facebook or on my page. Don't call me out in your little video, especially if you're going to be completely and utterly incorrect in your video. Till next time, I'm your number one guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and sports. Support me and get off my land.